Like you said, we need Trey back. We need to give him what he's worth and what he deserves. He's earned that. We need our young guys to come on. We need to draft well. We don't have time to wait around.
You got to keep Jamar Chase, T. Higgins,
Trey Higgins.
You got to keep a whole bunch. You confident that they're going to be willing to keep all of those guys?
The cap is going up each year. You know, we all want to stay together, so we're all going to do what it takes to do that. They're going to be paid what they're worth, whether we do it or somebody else. The guys are going to get paid that need to get paid, and so it's a big offseason for the Bengals.
So let me get this straight. You've got a generational quarterback, to beast wide receivers, and a Pro Bowl pass rusher, and somehow you turn that into chaos? Leave it to the Cincinnati Bengals to take the NFL equivalent of a full house and light it on fire like it's a backyard bonfire on the 4th of July. What the Bengals just pulled off isn't just mismanagement. Nah, this is contract sabotage, cap space malpractice, and a lesson in how to blow up a Super Bowl window in 3 easy payments.
Y'all are ruining it. That's me up there, Nick. Y'all are ruining it for my man Joe Burrow and the Midwest Cincinnati Bengals. It's up, Joe Burrow. You did all you could do. Jamar Chase, I know you pissed off, and you still doing what you're doing. We might got a new #1 with Higgins. Listen, man, they ruined y'all season. The defense ruined y'all season, and special teams. Y'all had a great offensive season. Stat brought up a great stat. I don't know about this week. Well, they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Guess y'all might.
But the real kicker? The guy who was willing to take a pay cut, Joe freaking Burrow, ended up breaking the bank. Like he was in a rap video throwing stacks at the club, and somehow they still fumbled the rest of the roster. Let's start with our favorite calm and collected quarterback, Joe Burrow. The dude once said he'd gladly take less money if it meant keeping his ninja brothers on the team. He looked right into the camera with those dead serious, all-American eyes and said, "I just want to win."
Whole thing together. We came in together. And we've built this thing from the ground up. You don't want to make a habit of letting great players get out of the building, just like I said earlier in the week. He's a great player, does everything the right way. You just can't let him get out of the building.
Well, September 7, 2023 hit, and Joey B decided winning can wait. Let's cash out. 5 years, $275 million. That's $55 million per year. And in Cincinnati, that kind of money makes you the mayor, the team owner, and the guy who decides whether Skyline Chili is overrated. The problem, that contract reset the quarterback market. It was like showing up to a car dealership, promising to haggle, and then overpaying by $50,000 just cause you like the paint job. Now the Bengals are looking around like, oh no, we can't afford the rest of the band. Somebody get a guitar app for Burrow. So after Joe gets his king's ransom, the Bengals do what any competent front office would do. They wait a whole year to figure out what to do with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Why no? Because apparently the Bengals thought Jamar might regress. The man had 7 touchdowns in 2023, and they said, he's inconsistent. Inconsistent. That's like saying Patrick Mahomes has potential.
You know, you don't want to become a distraction for the team because inevitably the goal is to win a Super Bowl for Cincinnati. If it's something that we can agree on in terms, that would be great. Ideally, my wife and I would love to stay in Cincinnati. If it's something that helps the Bengals win a Super Bowl, if they get picks or anything, I want to help win a Super Bowl for Cincinnati if I'm there or not.
If you've ever had Chase on your fantasy team, you already know this dude is a walking cheat code, a ninja who runs routes like he's stealing souls. But the Bengals wanted to see if he could do it again. Spoiler alert, he did. Over 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns, first team All-Pro. Now he's got a gold grill, made out of the Bengals cap space. Meanwhile, they're tagging T. Higgins like he's a clearance item at Marshall's, 1-year deals. No long-term love.
Stop saying he's elite. He's not elite. When have you seen Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes playing all the games in their team season and their team be on the outside looking into the playoffs, or their team have a losing record? No, it don't happen. Why? Because those dudes are elite.
Just vibes, and poor T is sitting there like, y'all know I'm first string receiver material on half the teams in the league, right? And then, boom, Bengals blink. They sign both Chase and Higgins, same agent, same day. Same we just blew our entire savings vibe. Chase gets $40 million per year. That's quarterback money. The kind of bag you get when you torch every cornerback from here to Mars. T gets $115 million over 4 years. They didn't just reset the wide receiver market, they hit control, delete on it.
Because I'm a Bengals fan. That's my team. I'm Joe Burrow. I'm a lot of Ohio as well, except for the Cleveland Browns. I'm not supporting the Cleveland Browns. But what do you guys feel about the Cincinnati Bengal organization? We see what they did last year offensively, and they were poor on defense. Joe Burrow, to me, had an MVP season. He wasn't going to be nominated because of the Cincinnati record. You see, they did a bunch of re-sign. They re-signed T. Higgins, Chase, Joe Burrow's there.
And now, the Bengals are in salary cap jail with no get-out-of-jail-free card. And who do they have to thank? Their own inability to act sooner. Had they locked these guys down a year earlier, they'd be paying half this. But hey, at least they got matching first-string receivers and no defense. Solid trade-off. Now we gotta talk about Trey Hendrickson. This man is out here putting up elite number 17. 5 sacks in back-to-back seasons, and what does he get in return? Ghosted.
Yeah, it's possible. It's 100% possible, you know. You gotta play chess in that situation, but it's possible.
Dude practically begged to stay in Cincy, said he wanted to win a Super Bowl there. Showed up to every practice, every mic check. Did his job better than your favorite influencer skincare routine. And what did the Bengals do? They hit him with a text, a literal, "Hey bro, show up or we'll find you" text. That's how to talk to a parking valet, not a top 5 edge rusher. The disrespect was so bad, Hendrickson went public. He looked dead into the camera like, "Yo, I've been nothing but professional and y'all can't even call me?"
20,000 damn bitches on the island. 20,000 damn bitches on fire. She make it rap. I got the strap. 21 gas. Feel like I'm savage.
Honestly, I don't blame him. At 30 years old, this is his last shot at a big-time payday. He's not playing unless he gets the bag, and judging by the Bengals' recent moves, that bag ain't coming from Cincinnati. Let's break down the Bengals' defense real quick. Last year, they finished 25th in yards allowed and points allowed. Translation, teams were treating them like a high school JV squad. You'd think, maybe we should spend some money on defense.
I think every relationship is repairable, right? Like I think Myles Garrett proved that. It's just the uncomfortable business side that we've unfortunately had to deal with for the last couple years.
But nope, they poured every last dollar into the offense like it was a crypto scam and forgot that football still has two sides. Want proof? When Hendrickson's not on the field, the Bengals rank dead last in everything: pressure rate, EPA, completion percentage. When he is on the field, they're top 10. So basically, Hendrickson is the duct tape holding this whole D together. And they're about to rip him off like a dollar store sticker. Smart, real smart.
Joe Burrow's team got a losing record, and he played in all the games this season.
Stop doing that! We have to stop doing that. We have to stop doing that. And I'm sorry, but you have to understand that everybody has to say and look at it through this lens. There's so many different determining factors in football. And it's just not, when a person does his job, sometimes in football, it's still not enough.
Now let's get spicy, because if the Bengals won't pay Hendrickson, someone else will. And there are plenty of teams with cap space and edge rusher needs. The Patriots have $68, $5 million sitting around. They've been more frugal than a grandma. At a yard sale, this is their moment. The 49ers got $47 million and just lost Eric Armstead. The Raiders have over $43 million and max. Crosby's out here begging for help. The Lions, Titans, all viable options.
But this doesn't look good. They had no continuity in training camp. Jamar Chase really didn't play in preseason. I know it's 14 games left, but this doesn't look like they're going to get it together. Hopefully they do. You know, I'm rooting for them. Always rooting for Joe Burrow. I'm a big Joe Burrow fan. But if you have these type of numbers, you're not doing well. Now, this is great offensively, but if you're Cincinnati defense and you're letting the Commanders score 38 points, can't stop a nosebleed. So we'll see what happens, man. You know, I'm still going to root for you guys, but I don't like losing to Washington.
If the Bengals play their cards right, they could get a first or second round pick for Hendrickson. But if they keep dragging their feet, they might lose him for nothing. Classic Cincinnati. Now here's where it gets awkward. The Bengals draft Shamar Stewart with the 17th overall pick, a guy known for stopping the run, not rushing the quarterback. You know, that thing Trey Hendrickson is amazing at. Then they doubled down with 2 linebackers, Demetrius Knight Jr. and Bear Carter. So yeah, they tried to pass the defense with rookies and prayer.
Have the faith in the Brown family and the Bengals organization so that they don't waste these prime years of a generational quarterback?
Yeah, I do. We have the cap space to get it done.
Right.
Everybody involved, Trey, T, Jamar, Mike G, we all want to stay together. You know, you can get those things done.
This is like setting your house on fire and trying to put it out with a bottle of Dasani. They had one job, fix the defense. Instead, they basically said, let's let our best defender walk and see what happens. Spoiler, it's not going to end well. So where does this leave us? The Bengals gave huge contracts to Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. They forgot the defense exists. They disrespected their best pass rusher. And they might be headed straight for mediocrity if this offseason doesn't turn around fast.
What's good, my dog?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Yeah, man.
It's my guy right here. You're having a hard time?
I mean, you're definitely sharp, for sure. You always put it on. Ooh, look at the kid.
You like that? Yeah.
Wow.
He says to me, you don't have to ask him.
Hey.
I would say Justin. Yeah, I would say Justin.
This isn't just about cap space, it's about culture. And if you can't even keep the core guys happy, what message are you sending to the rest of the league?
I wouldn't be standing here with you if I got the deal in January. I'm very disappointed with the communication that's been had. What makes this place so special is that they watch me every day. They see how hard I work. They see how I carry myself as a human being, and they know me. It stinks when the value somewhere else, whether it was 1, 2, 3 first-round picks, I had no idea. It gave me the fortunate circumstance to see my value elsewhere. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I truthfully will put my hope in that.
Now Trey Hendrickson's likely getting shipped off, and Cincinnati might be watching another playoff run from the couch. Bengals fans, I feel for you. You deserve better. But until the front office figures it out, you might want to keep your Sundays free. This has been your boy. Stay tuned, and I'll see you at the next roast session.